Hey guys, my name's Michael. You've seen me in a few of Corey's videos at the shop here. I've moved away from the area, so I'll be doing videos separately now. I sold my other project car, which was a 95 Miata. When I moved, it just wasn't practical to bring it with me. Didn't have a way to trailer it or anything like that. And it wasn't smog legal here in Colorado. So had to give me something a little bit more practical. So I'm gonna be working on a 08 Subaru STI, which is right here. So it's the hatchback that they had in the 08. Today we are going to be installing a few different parts. We have a nameless thermal coated turbo heat shield, have a cob up pipe, some Misc clamps for the Speed top mount intercooler couplings, have a pair-in battery tie down, pair-in oil cap, and Misc radiator hoses. So that's what we're going to work on today. Have a few other things, but probably won't get to them today. So let's get started. Alright, we got the intake pipe out the way for the cold air induction. We're going to work on these radiator hoses. Alright, so before I take these hoses off, got my jack stands, I need to drain the radiator. So, got my handy dandy bucket right here. And we are just going to pull this here plug out with a screwdriver. I'm going to set you down while I do it so I don't cover myself in coolant. So, got it draining. Now I need to take the cap off so it can actually drain properly. And there it goes. Now that it's not held in by the pressure, it drains easily. Now we're gonna pull these hoses off. Alright, now to go to the bottom one. That's on the other side. Alright, so there's the other hose we'll be pulling off. Yummy. There we go. Number 2 off. Alright, well, while that finishes draining, I'm gonna do the easy stuff. I got the oil cap here and the battery tie down. We'll go ahead and knock that out real quick. So just for the easy one, pull that off. Put the new one on. Look at that, shiny. And there we go. Alright, next what we're going to do is we're going to pull this intercooler off. Look at new hose on. So now we just gotta fasten them on there, tighten them down. Now we're gonna move up here to the top, put this one on. Alright, so we got her tightened up. She looks nice and pretty. Alright, now we're laying up under the car. We're gonna start working on getting the stock up pipe out and getting the new cob up pipe in. I apologize in advance. I was just minding my business, sipping on a beer or two while working on this, and my wife decided to order margaritas. So if the list gets worse, if the work gets shoddy, I'm blaming her. Alright, I got both bolts and gasket out of the bottom side of the up pipe. Now we are going to have to start working on the top part of the up pipe, which is right here and down there somewhere you can't really see, but I'm gonna force my hand down and probably bust my knuckle a couple times, but it'll be all right. Alright, so the last two bolts to this up pipe are right here under the down pipe, which is pretty impossible to get to from the top, so I'm about to try to get them from down here. There is no way for me to put this camera so you can see, so stay tuned, I guess. Well, there's no way to really get a wrench in there. I don't know if you can see the bolts very well, but down pipe really just is in the way, so I'm gonna take that off and make room for the wrench to get in there a little bit easier. So I need my socket again. Alright, so working on this down pipe, I'm gonna hit these top three from here, and then I'll go back down under and get the last few. So and that is the 3 bolts from the top off. Now I'm gonna make my way back down, take those off, and should be able to reach the up pipe bolts. Alright, looks like I got 2 more bolts for the down pipe, and then I should be able to reach these 2 up pipe bolts right here that are pretty much unreachable because of the flange. It literally just sits right on top of the bolts, well, the nuts. So I'm gonna knock these out, and then we will see if I can get to them. Alright, as you can see, the down pipe is now out of the way, and I can get to these 2 bolts now for the up pipe. So that's what I'm about to do. Oh, I got these nuts off for the up pipe, but it looks like in order to get the pipe itself out, I am going to have to at least remove those 2 nuts and drop this whole piece out of the way so that I can get the up pipe here out, because otherwise it's kind of wedged in there. So that's what we're gonna do. These two nuts are coming off. This is gonna drop lower. That is going to come out, and the new one is going to come in. Well, alright guys, after me cussing a couple times and wiggling and jiggling, I got her out. That's the new cob going in. I have new gaskets for it. I'm gonna throw them on and try to push this sucker through and get it on. See, we have the Faction 5 gaskets to go on the up pipe. These are gonna go on it as I push it back up through the engine bay to the turbo, and then we're gonna bolt it back up, then put the downpipe back on and get this sucker secure. Alright guys, I am back. I had to take a little break yesterday to help my wife with some stuff, but while I had the intercooler out, as you can see, I have a lot of these that are bent up real bad. I have started to fix this side, as you can see, but I have a lot more to go. I'm not sure if I'm going to go front mount or upgrade a top mount in the future, so at this point I just decided I was going to straighten these out and hold off until I make that decision. So what I'm using now is just some set of cheap tweezers I got for $2, and pretty much just slowly straighten these things out. Doing this one-handed is a little bit harder than it was, but you just gotta be careful because these things are very thin and they want to bend easily. So, and these are bent more than a lot of the other ones were. They smash pretty hard down in there, so you just to easily pull at them a little at a time. And once you kind of get them straightened up a little bit, go back and finish. Once you get them off of each other, it's a lot easier. And these are smashed, like I said, pretty hard down in there. And I'm not going to make you guys watch 4 hours of this because it's probably going to take me a while. But I figured I'd get you a general idea on how to do this. I looked at the radiator fin straightener things, and honestly, I think these were just smashed beyond one of those, so I went with the tweezer method, which is going to take a while, but it'll come out looking decent, at least until I can decide if I'm going to switch to a front mount or go with a larger top mount. It'll do. But I'm going to keep doing this for a while, and then I will get back to the car shortly. Alright, back in the garage, got the new Grimspeed coupling on there with the Misc clamps. I'm going to try to get this front mount back where it goes down there on the turbo. So I got to make sure I got my clamp on there in a direction I can reach it the easiest. So let's work on doing that. Knocked y'all down, but you can see I got the front one on here, but the back one here is pretty crooked. So I need to slide that on, but my light's dead, so I'm gonna have to use this one real quick. Alright, so after some wiggling, they are now on. The top side here is tight. I just need to tighten up the lower down here. Get an extension. Right, that blowing off. All right, now put our 2 bolts here and get mounted back down here, and that will be secure. We will just have to attach our hoses here. Go ahead and stick this one on if I can do it one-handed. Yep, all right. You got your hose here, and then your other hose right here, and it goes to there. So we're gonna reconnect those, and we'll stick those bolts in, and the intercooler will be secured. All right, guys, so we got everything bolted back up. Got the intake box put back together. Got the little cold air intake inlet back on there. Got everything tightened up here and down there. We got coolant back in the radiator. We filled from the top here to make sure it was the highest spot. Let it run a little bit and suck some coolant down in there. But now we are going to move on to some electronics. I have right now this single DIN in here that the previous owner put in. Don't really care how it looked, so I went and got me a double DIN. Nothing fancy, just something with Bluetooth. Hook my phone up to and look a little bit nicer. That's really it. I'm not going to put a system with amps and subs and all that in there, so I figured it'd be good enough. So let's get that faceplate off and we will get started on that. So before we start, we need to disconnect the battery here just to make sure we don't blow anything. Managed to shock ourselves somehow. And yes, I know I need to clean that battery terminal. I did replace the battery, but don't have a wire brush at the moment, so as soon as I get one, I'm gonna clean that up. Alright, ground wire is off. Put this here so it doesn't slide over. Now we are going to grab this up here, kind of work our nails under it. Being careful with the plastic because we do not want to crack that, because then you have to buy another one. And I don't know how much these are, but don't really care to buy one. So there it is. It's out. Kind of honestly came out pretty easy. We got a screw here, screw here. Looks like that one there is broke, and we got, let's see if I can focus a bit better. That one right there. And then that should slide out. Alright, well, Crutchfield did me dirty. The one you see on the left is the new one. The one you see on the right is the one that came out of the car with all the stuff on it. So, which obviously matches up to this. So the one Crutchfield sent me is not going to work. I did, however, get the antenna hooked up, have the USB run down and into the glove box now. So I'm going to start cutting and get that one, I guess, looking a little bit better. Alright, now as you see, we have our antenna, our mic, a wiring harness and our USB in. Have the mic temporarily right there. Don't really like it right there, but the 3M tape that came with it wasn't sticky at all, so until I get some more 3M tape, I'm going to just leave it right there for the Bluetooth. And now we're going to slide it back in, screw it in place. Alright, so everything's plugged in, slid it back, made sure the brackets on the side were in a good spot. Now, moment of truth. Let's see. Ooh, windshield wipers. Well, there we go. It came on. That's a good sign. Well, we'll get the rest of the dash put back together, and then try to play a little music out of it. All right, well, there she is, put back together. I think it looks a lot better than it was. But let me know what you think.